Hey guys, welcome back. So a buddy of mine, Sam Cummins, is actually joining us here this afternoon out on the range to take a look at a brand new suppressor product, which he has in his hands here. And this is the Omega 9K from SilencerCo. This is our brand new offering. It's a tiny little 9mm suppressor. And yeah, I mean, good grief. Look how dinky this thing is. It has fairly good volume because it does not have an external sleeve. All right, it's just welded together baffles.
Fully welded, yeah.
Yeah, so that is kind of different.
It's kind of unique for a pistol silencer. I know, I'm pretty sure, fairly certain it's 300 blackout Supersonic rated. They do a lot of that kind of marketing out there from SilencerCo. So you're going to see, you know, they have this as the short 9mm like hard use 300 blackout.
K is for Kurtz. That's German.
Short.
Yeah.
German for small.
Yeah, tiny. German for tiny. Anyway, the pistol we're going to be using this afternoon is this brand new SP01. I just picked this up. It's a CZ, and it is in urban gray. And I bought it because it has a threaded barrel. And look how small this little guy goes on there. The CZ does have a 1/2x28 thread. They call this a Nielsen device, right? Or booster?
Yeah, booster piston, yeah.
We just call it a booster.
Yeah.
But the fancy guys come in the shop and go, does that have a Nielsen device on it? Like, never met Nielsen, but it's got a booster.
Yeah.
And then they think I'm dumb. So anyway, you can clock the suppressor by pulling it out, turning it. So when you put suppressors on pistols and rifles, sometimes it will have a slight point of impact shift. Yep. Being able to do this and rotate the can like a quarter turn will allow you to somewhat adjust that point of impact shift.
And make it predictable as well, so you can keep it the same spot every time you put the can on and off the gun. So.
Yep. So, and despite the rather large volume and heftier diameter of this little tiny can, the suppressor height sights on this CZ set it up high enough where you can actually see over the top of the can. So, all right, anyway, we're going to use our BNK 2270 meter, and we're going to get some readings using some Freedom Munitions Hush ammunition. This is some of the 165 grain stuff, which is really funny. If you shoot it out of a 16-inch barrel, it's still really, really quiet. It's like shooting a 22 CB cap out of a 22-inch barrel, 22 long rifle. It's
pleasant enough to the point where, you know, it's well below 140 decibels, hearing safe for sure. You know,
it's crazy.
It makes your shooting experience, especially with a silencer, really enjoyable.
Very quiet stuff. So anyway, we'll be using that Freedom Munitions ammunition. Let's head over to the meter and get some initial readings and see what this thing sounds like.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to fire 5 rounds of the Freedom Munitions. This is that 165 grain stuff. Sam's operating the Brulucaire, and he's going to keep me honest. Sam, tell me when the muzzle's lined up with the pickup.
Okay, you're lined up, and...
Recording, here we go. What do we have?
124.2.
124. All right, go ahead and reset it for me if you would. When it's green, let me know.
Go ahead.
What do we got?
123.0.
123. Let me know when we're good.
Go ahead.
What do we got?
125.1.
125.1. All right. We know when we're ready.
You're good.
And what we got?
128.9.
128.9. All right.
And go.
Last round.
125.2.
125.2. So guys, it's right around 125 decibels. This is probably as quiet as you're going to see a 9mm perform.
Yeah, I would say, you know,
get over here, Sam.
With the specific Hush ammo from Freedom, it's designed to have that subsonic capability. You don't hear the crackdown range. So, like I said, you're going to have better performance just with that type of ammo. But out of a small can like that,
it's impressive.
It's still pretty good numbers, yeah.
Because I would see numbers like that out of a traditional 9mm can that would have another 2-3 inches of length on the end of it.
Yeah, and another 2 or 3 baffles as well, or probably 3 or 4 baffles actually stacked in there. So
the only other test to conduct is with something with supersonic ammo. So I'm going to grab some ZQI Supersonic and some hollow point ammo, and we'll run that through this little can and see how it stacks up.
Absolutely.
You hurt yourself? You keep looking at your pinky.
I don't know. I got stung by something. I got a boo-boo.
You got boo-boo. All right, guys. I think the best way to demonstrate just how quiet this can is to do this simple test clapping. Okay, so Sam is 1 meter away from the pickup on the Brulucaire. I'm going to go ahead and reset it here.
Gotta get a good clap.
All right, Sam, clap. That's 115 decibels. One more time, Sam, clap like a man if you'd be so kind. Hold on. Go ahead. 118 decibels. So that gives you guys an idea. Let's see what a man clap actually sounds like.
Gosh.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. This is how it's done, guys.
124.
124.
Great, you're so awesome.
See, that's what a man clap is like, guys. So I got to 124 decibels by doing that. All right. So that's how loud the handgun is. It's as loud as a clap.
All right, so we saw how the Omega 9K did with the 165 grain Hush ammo from Freedom Munitions. Now I have some 115 grain hollow point ammo from IMI that Tim picked up from ZQI Ammunition.
Wait 1 second. Let me get the system reset here. When you're ready. All right, 139.8. Wait one. We'll hit the reset. When you're ready. 136.4. Hold on. Ready? 135.3. Ready? 138.4. Ready? 134.2. So I would say it's we're still well within hearing safe.
Yeah, we're still below that 140 decibel like hearing safe threshold.
And that's what OSHA tells us is safe. So basically the reason it's louder, guys, is because that crack you hear is the bullet breaking the sound barrier, and that's increasing the sound level coming out of the gun. So when you shoot subsonic ammo, the bullet doesn't break the sound barrier, you don't get the sonic boom, and it's a lot quieter. That's the difference between what we call Hollywood quiet with the subsonic ammo, where it's like silly quiet. And really, guys, the microphone here isn't doing it justice. I would say that's incredibly quiet at 124 decibels, 125 decibels.
Oh, with the Hush ammo, absolutely. It's quiet enough that you don't need hearing protection at all. I still put it on. I've got hearing loss from being in the military and then being around like loud heavy metal music for lots of years, so I still like to wear the Ear Pro just to make sure I got the extra level protection, but definitely
you work behind a desk in the Air Force?
Yeah, behind the desk in the Air Force, sure.
So, anyway, guys, so yeah, that's the difference between the supersonic ammo, which is still really good performance for a can that's only 5 inches in length.
Oh yeah,
it's still well within hearing safe, and with that subsonic ammo, man, that is really cool. I mean, this actually makes it, given the size, this actually makes it almost practical to leave like in your nightstand.
Oh yeah, this would definitely be a a setup that I would use for a home defense type pistol. People are like worried about using NFA items for home defense, which is just it's really a myth. But I'd be comfortable. Either of these cans on a 9mm pistol with a good light would be an excellent tool for you guys to use.
So here's one of my favorite cans, guys. This is my Revolution 9, which is one of the few cans out there you can actually shorten and turn it into a K version. So I've taken 2 baffles out of it and shortened it, 3 baffles out of it and shortened it. And this is its short configuration. This is how long it is next to. It's about an inch and a half longer than the Omega 9K, just to give you an idea of how short the Omega is. All right. So yeah, I mean, you could actually put this on a home defense weapon and then not have to worry about blowing your eardrums out if you ever needed your handgun.
Sure, it just takes the edge off to the point where you're not getting any flash or any real hard sting to your ears there if you ever have to go loud. So.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. For a baseline, I'm going to fire 3 rounds of the 115 grain jacket of hollow points that's manufactured by IMI, and I picked it up again at ZQI Ammunition. All right, so we will get this all set up. Tell me when you're ready.
And that was 160.3. Go ahead.
All right.
160.2.
Go. 160.4. So at 160 decibels, that's well outside of hearing safe. That's going to ring your ears and cause permanent hearing loss if you do that without hearing protection. And if you guys are wondering why I'm wearing camouflaged MSA Swordens, it's because the ones I did my video on, my hearing protection video, yeah, they were broken. They are,
and they're the most baller.
Yeah, no, they're a fashion statement, guys. I'm still giving them a chance. This is my second pair, but the first ones were defective. That was causing that chirping. Yeah. Now, just to give you guys a comparison, we're going to shoot the Revolution 9 in its K configuration, missing its 3 baffles. Again, it's about an inch and a half longer than the Omega 9K. We have the Hush ammunition in here, the 165 grain stuff. And Sam, let me know when you're ready.
126.7. Okay. 125.3. Okay. 124.7. Okay. 134.2. We had a piece of brass actually
brass,
hit
I saw it hit the mic, so that one we have to disregard.
Okay. 123.0.
So we got a little bit higher reading on one round because the brass actually went over. I saw it. It hit the
body of the,
it hit the body of the Berlucchier meter. So again, right around 124, 125 decibels. So we're getting about the same performance out of the little Omega 9K, which is 1.5 inches shorter than a slightly larger can. So that's actually pretty darn good performance out of that little Omega. All right, guys, we're going to tie things up this afternoon. Just wanted to give you our final opinions and thoughts on the Omega 9K suppressor. Me personally, I'm actually really impressed. I expected it to be a little bit louder than it was. I didn't expect it to perform as well as other cans in the market space, and it obviously does. It performs as good, perhaps better. Depends on the ammunition. We don't really know. We've only tried that one type of ammo this afternoon. But what I am impressed with is the simple construction. I like the fact that it's all welded together, so no, it's not user serviceable with centerfire cans. Sam, do you think it needs to be user serviceable?
Not all the time. It's a nice feature, but it's not 100% necessary.
What I'll tell you is, being a dealer and dealing with customers that have purchased user serviceable cans and some of the things I've seen them do to the cans and the damage they've caused, it's probably best not to service your can unless you really need to. You don't really need to clean centerfire cans. So these baffles being welded together increases the volume because you do away with the outer sleeve, and you know, we get the same size can, but you get more volume inside. The welds are nice and clean, really impressive looking, 5 inches in length. I mean, it's
8.8
really
ounces.
8.8 ounces. It's lightweight. Doesn't really screw with the balance of the gun too much. I mean, really, it's the shortest 9mm can I've ever seen, and honestly, it's the first time I've actually thought, when I've looked at a handgun and a suppressor, thinking I could actually put that in my nightstand and it's not unwieldy. Keep in mind, guys, just a few years ago, suppressors for 9mm were twice this length.
Oh, for sure, yeah, and they didn't perform nearly as well.
Right.
It'd be a relatively the same type of performance at twice the length and, you know, almost 3 times the weight.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So at an MSRP of around $865, you know, it's not inexpensive, but I would say, in my opinion, worth is relative, but it's worth it to me.
Yeah,
Your
for
thoughts?
sure. I think it's definitely a really solid product. It is versatile. You know, it comes with an Omega heritage, kind of this multi-caliber type can. Pistol can, 9mm, but you can also use it on your super and sub, 300 blackout, full auto rated. You know, for a full list of the ratings, I'd recommend checking out SilencerCo's website.
Yeah, I don't know if it's full auto rated, but I do know you can shoot 300 blackouts through it.
Don't quote me on that, guys.
Yeah, don't do that.
Definitely check out Silencer Shop or SilencerCo for more information on the Omega 9K.
Yeah, I actually want to thank my friends over at Silencer Shop for loaning this can to me. I do have my own transferring in. I do want to own one. They were kind enough to loan it to us. This is one of their mitts. I just had it in my Jeep. But yeah, really cool can. Sam, why don't you go ahead and take us out, buddy?
All right, let's do it.
Man, I miss the 80s. Oh man, the good old days. Oh dude, you're recording this? Turn that off, man.